If you're looking for live local music from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you came to the right place. Welcome to Hugh Shows.
We're all at the Hugh Show. It's a lot of fun. He's got all the answers. Yeah, he's got them written down. So let's all watch a Hugh Show till he gets to number one. Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Hugh Twyman, and I have been writing a music and photography blog in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for 16 years. Check me out at HughShows.com and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at HughShows. My musical guest for this edition of Hugh Show's Social Distance Television is Hayley and Josh, two accomplished singer-songwriters on their own from Western PA who have been performing and creating music together since 2017. Josh also plays in multiple bands, including the Derek Woods Band and the Rainbow Ends. Their sound is a mix of R&B, soul, jazz, and pop, and is about inspiring others and finding healing through musical medicine, as evidenced on their debut album from June of 2020 entitled The Hayley and Josh Album, which is streaming now on all platforms. And with that, would you all please welcome Hayley Daley and Joshua Carns? And there they are. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you.
Oh, it's nice to see you. Thanks so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having us.
How's pandemic life treating both of you? Is it it's a drag, I'm sure, but is it affecting your day jobs?
Yes, definitely. Definitely been a roller coaster ride, but we're trying to stay as positive as possible. I started working at a furniture store called Weiss Furniture. It's my dad's store. I've been in the business. I quit my day job. I was doing hair, and so now I'm working there, but it's been fun, and we're creating music on our spare time, and it's been fun ever since the album came out. Josh is a teacher at Seton Hill, and I'll let him introduce himself.
I teach music at Seton Hill, and all my classes have gone online, so it's been a big transition.
Well, are you starting the new school year? Like, is it a regular academic year? Like, are you starting in the fall?
No, I'm staying online only for the time being until I'm awaiting further instruction. So
yeah,
that's how it is.
Taking it day by day.
Yep. I'm a teacher as well, and I think we're online to begin with. And I don't know if we have to even show up in our classrooms to teach from there or stay at home. We don't even know yet. But Josh, you cut out. You teach music.
Yeah, I'm a guitar teacher and also bass. I do both.
Okay, cool. I mean, this has been quite a ride, and it's horrible, but I like your attitude. I'm trying to keep positive on everything, throughout this. But and with that, you're going to play 3 songs from the debut album, the Hayley and Josh album. This first one is called Brand New With You.
The stars are aligning. The sky is signing that something's changed. Something's not the We're soaring, flying over the moon. When I'm with you, I feel brand new. We're soaring, flying over the moon. Life's dancing all around us. We keep on chancing. Everything is amazing, and I feel so brand new with you. When I'm with you, I feel brand new. We're soaring, flying over the moon. When I'm with you, I feel brand new. We're soaring, flying over the moon.
And that was Hayley and Josh with Brand New With You from the Hayley and Josh album from June of 2020. How did you both of you meet? Where did you meet?
Years ago, I was doing a show with Derek Wood's band locally, and I met Hayley there. She was working at the venue where we would play, so that's what I first.
Yeah, I used to be a chef. When I lived overseas in Israel, I cooked for a long time after high school, and I was also studying yoga and natural healing. And so when I moved back to the United States in 2012, I started working at this cafe called the Connections Cafe. Not the Connections Cafe. I worked there too, but the Old Main Cafe. That's where we met. And he was playing with the Derek Woods band, and we just were friends for a long time. And then recently, 3 years ago, when I was trying to produce Hummingbird, my first album, Josh decided to help me out and play on the album, and we've been inseparable ever since. And it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, creating music together.
Yeah, I first heard of both of you separately as solo performers.
Right.
Yeah, you both. I think you both played Deutschtown as.
Yeah, we played 3 years at Deutschtown every single year. Last year we took a break, but this year we were hoping to play again. But it's cool that we get to, see you again and play kind of in Deutschtown, but with you as well.
Yeah, it's a virtual thing. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we will be back next year. I don't know. We're planning on it, but we're very conscientious about putting people at risk. So if it's even a whiff of like this isn't abating at all, we're gonna we're gonna pull the plug early, as we did this year. We made a decision to do it early, and a lot of people followed us, thinking they can hold out, but no, this is just it's not worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
Better to be safe than sorry.
Yep, absolutely. We're gonna hear another song from the album, and this one is called "Lose Your Cool."
You know you're wrong. Where is your heart? It's in the wrong place. It's plain to see. You hurt me so bad with all of your lies. Now I'm so mad. Doing this to me. Can't you see I was trying to be your friend? So why'd you have to go and hurt me so bad? You go and lose your cool. You push me off the edge, and that's no way to treat a friend. Why'd you do that to me? You know it's your fault. Why can't you admit your lies? 'Cause you're running from the truth. It's easy to do. You need some help, because in spite of yourself, when you act a damn fool, you're just hurting you. Can't you see I was trying to be your friend? So why'd you have to go and hurt me so bad? You go and lose your cool. You cross the line, you push me off the edge, and that's no way to treat a friend. Why'd you do that to me? I don't wanna see your face no more. Ooh, why'd you have to go and leave me in the cold? Ruin my life like that. Ooh, and I was so mad. Why you doing this to me?
And that was Hayley and Josh with Lose Your Cool from their debut album from June 2020, entitled the Hayley and Josh album. And you probably spent hours trying to think of that title. You know, it's like, hey, let's just make it simple, right?
Right.
Yeah. How do you write? You're both individual songwriters, and how do you collaborate?
So when we write a song together, usually it starts out either as a poem or an idea. Lately, like the way we've been working is either Josh will come up with some lyrics and I'll come up with some lyrics, and then we'll combine them. And sometimes we'll do it on the fly when we're in the studio. We did stand up on the fly in the studio, and it turned out beautifully. And Daniel Blake, our producer, helped us out a little bit as well with some of the lyrics on that song, which was cool, kind of giving us ideas and saying, okay, this sounds good, this doesn't, working as a collaboration together. I think it's the best way. But yeah, Josh is an amazing composer as well. He can elaborate.
Music for the song really boils down to, I sort of just put ideas together on the guitar, never really have a finished idea. And then when I'm in the studio, I'll sort of tinker around with the way that I'm working the chords and the bass together, and with the drum beats and stuff. A lot of the drums for the album sort of did electronically first. I was putting together beats and stuff, and then I had a friend of mine, Chris, come in and overdo them with real drums. So it's the first album I ever made where I was sort of in charge of all the instruments and the keys, everything. Did it all myself, and it was a big challenge for me. I'm always nervous what people are going to say, because it's like the first time you do anything. It's like, well, maybe they're going to say, oh, you didn't do the keyboards quite right, or you didn't do this quite right, or whatever. But it's primarily a guitar player kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and saying, okay, I'm just going to sort of do everything and see how it turns out.
I think it turns out great. I love the album. Haley, do you play? You play, right?
I do play guitar, and I play a little bit of percussion. On this album, we wrote together My Angel and a couple of the other songs, but I mainly sang on the album and wrote a lot of the lyrics. But it was a big collaboration between both of us. Yeah.
Awesome.
But
cool.
On this album, I didn't play as much as my last album. Just sang, which actually was really freeing and kind of helped me open up my my repertoire for being a vocalist, which was nice. I got to experience some jazz, some folk, some R&B. Like, it was nice, a little bit different than the last album, because the last album was more like folk and rock, you know what I mean? So it's totally different. last.
yeah, so that's the collaboration, the influence that both of you have bringing to, and it's very R&B oriented and very
Yeah.
smooth vocals.
Even though I play in a rock group and I had a jazz group, I really do love R&B music, and it's when I'm listening to music for personal enjoyment. That's often what I'm listening to, that and hip hop and different things, you know. So there's not a whole lot of guitar work in those styles. I mean, there's some, but it's nothing extravagant. But I still just really enjoy listening to it. So I thought, why not try and do some of it, myself.
Absolutely. No, it turns out great. And we're going to, as evidenced by the final song you're going to play, this is from the debut from June 2020, the Hayley and Josh album. And this song is called Never Stopped.
People come and then they go. They go which way the wind blows them. People stop and then they stay till the wind picks up and blows them away. The more things change, the more they don't. No matter which way the wind blows you, people try to pull you away, and as they go, they throw you a rope. Here I sit, I am a rock, I won't be moved from this spot, and I will never stop. People stop and then they stare, 'cause I'm not going anywhere. People grow and people change. Nothing is ever the same. Well, everything you say and do, in the end it all comes back to you. No matter where you go, no matter how far, wherever you go, well, there you are. Hey, here I sit, I am a rock, I won't be moved from this spot, and I will never stop. Sit and listen to the chimes, the temple bells ring in my mind. Underneath the Budai tree, I'll be spending all my time. Here I sit, I am a rock, I won't be moved from this spot, and I will never stop.
And that was Hayley and Josh with the song Never Stop from their debut from a couple months ago. So are you working on new material as we speak throughout this pandemic?
Yes, we are. I've been working on a lot of lyrics and poems, and I'm also reading a book that's about spiritual healing with sound, using sound to kind of open up yourself to other opportunities and kind of manifest your dreams, like what you desire and what you love in life. You know, like every day, recently what I've been starting to do is say positive affirmations of what I want in my life, and, you know, just being more positive in general. But yeah, I think we've been kind of like on a we've been blocked up writing new music because I feel like we just came out with this one, so kind of a little break, but I still have it in me that I want to write more, you know. So to see.
I've been tinkering around with a lot of, because it's the 20s again, so I've been going back into like the roaring 20s, and gypsy jazz type stuff, and experimenting around with different things like that, just for fun. But I always go through like different modes or zones when I'm playing and writing. I try to, I want to do something like this for a while, and then I go to something else, or I'll go to something else. But as far as the new album goes, I think the just have to wait and see. I mean, we have a lot of time on our hands, so maybe something will come along.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I dig your positive attitude. And are you manifesting in law of attraction and all that stuff?
Yes, I do believe in the law of attraction, and I love it. I love the book called The Secret and all of that kind of like meditational self-help books, I guess. Because I've always been into yoga and meditation, and that's kind of also like part of my message, I guess. Like people need to meditate more, especially now, just to calm down and
Right.
come back to center. Balance.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find that balance sometimes.
Right. No, I agree. I'm thinking about doing some stuff myself. I'm getting older, and maybe I need to do some yoga or stuff. I was just talking to my wife.
Yoga is surprisingly helpful.
Yeah.
That was another way that we collaborated. When I first started teaching yoga, Josh actually asked me to teach him, and I asked him to teach me guitar. So that was another thing that we did together, which was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
And where are you located exactly?
We're in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's up by Greensburg?
Yep.
Yeah. And there's
we live real close to the airport, so we can get out of here.
We can go to Florida.
But beat it out of there as soon as, hightail it out of there. Yeah. Awesome. So I can't thank you enough. Can you direct us to any, the album's streaming on, Spotify, you're on Instagram, Amazon, YouTube, iTunes, everywhere, right?
I think really the most important thing I would like anybody to do is just give it a listen and see what you think. I mean, music's made to be listened to, so
Right
you
on.
find it in your heart to look it up on any of the platforms and take a listen, and we really appreciate it.
Cool. Yeah. And you could go to Facebook and you'll have all the links there at Hayley and Josh Music. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was nice seeing you both. This is like totally weird, but it's nice to see faces and talk to people. You know what I mean? It's like I'm getting this Zoom fatigue in a little bit, but not really, because it's like, it's just a nice way to see each other. So, yeah.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. And thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. You could check me out at HughShows.com, and you could follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at HughShows. And always remember to support Pittsburgh music, as Latrobe is part of Pittsburgh music scene, I feel. So thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for doing this. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Peace.
We have a way of explaining things to Hugh. Yeah, we have a way of explaining things to Hugh. Yeah, we have a way of explaining